Good evening, everyone. My name is Royson from class 12-3, absent number 30. I would like to tell you the story of Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro is a world-class soccer player, known by his skill, achievements, sport cars, wealth, and athletic body. He was born on 5th February 1985 in Madeira, Portugal. He was born from a poor family. His father was a gardener and alcoholic. His mother worked as a cooker and cleaning service. He is the youngest of 4 siblings. He has a brother named Hugo, 2 sisters named Elma and Liliana. His father used to bring him to watch soccer game, and from that time, Ronaldo fell in love with the game. Young Ronaldo used to be bullied by his friends in his elementary school. It is because Ronaldo came from a poor family. Young Ronaldo used to cry a lot because of that sometimes. But Ronaldo was talented in soccer since he was a child. His friends were always amazed by Ronaldo's amazing talent in soccer. They liked to play soccer in the street, like real street, where motorcycles and cars came and they needed to step aside sometimes. They made a ball from their socks because they couldn't buy a real one. When Ronaldo was in junior high school, he was dropped out of the school. It is because Ronaldo threw a chair to his teacher. His mom asked, "Ronaldo, why did you do that? He's your teacher." Ronaldo replied, "He didn't respect me, Mom. He mocked me because I'm poor." His mother was silenced for a moment. Ronaldo replied again, "I don't want to continue my study, Mom. I will just focus on soccer. I promise I will not let you down." His mom agreed, but it was a tough decision for his mom. His father supported him all the way to the end. So, from that time, Ronaldo was trained in a local junior club. In his junior club, Ronaldo and his best friend, Albert van Trouw, were the best players amongst all. Once, there was a chance for one player, the best player, to be brought to a professional club, Sporting Lisbon, which would be Ronaldo's first professional club. It would be decided in one match. Who scored the most goals will be brought. Ronaldo's team was controlling the match. Ronaldo scored the first goal. Albert scored the second. It was very tight between Ronaldo and Albert. In the last minute, Albert had the ball. He was face to face with the goalkeeper. He could have just scored one more goal, but he passed the ball to Ronaldo, and Ronaldo scored the final goal. After the match, Ronaldo asked, "Why, Albert? Why did you do that?" Albert replied, "We both know that you're better than me. Go catch your dream." After that, Ronaldo left the town to join his first professional club, Sporting Lisbon. Ronaldo lived in the club's dormitory, far away from his house. He met his family once in 3 months. It was a hard time, for he had no money to fulfill his needs. He was a young boy. He was afraid to other players that he would be knocked out because of his small body. So in the night, he often got out of the dormitory and trained in the field with other junior players. After they trained, they would feel hungry and tired. Ronaldo's friend would say, "Hey, I'm hungry. Let's get to the fast food restaurant near the stadium." They would get there and knock the back door and say, "Hey, any remaining burgers? We're hungry." The manager, a young girl, Paula, would let Ronaldo and his friends have the remaining burger. She wasn't worried to help those starving children. It happened every night, every week, because they had no money to buy their own food. Once in a training session, Ronaldo was almost die. During the training, Ronaldo fell. He was shocking and touched his chest. His friends asked, "Cristiano, are you okay?" But Ronaldo couldn't reply. He was brought to the club's hospital. His mom came as soon as possible after she heard the news. His mom asked the doctor, "What is wrong? What's going on with my boy?" The doctor replied, "It seems like your son have a heart condition where his heart will beat so fast even if he doesn't do any training. I'm afraid that his heart will blow up. I suggest him to stop from soccer." After that, Ronaldo had heart surgery to fix this condition. After the surgery, Ronaldo said to his mom, "Mom, you know I can't stop now. I must be the best player." His mom replied, "But I'm afraid something will happen to you, son." Ronaldo replied again, "Don't worry, Mom. I will be very careful. I promise you that." So after that, Ronaldo kept on training harder and harder every time. Ronaldo's hard work was finally paid off when Sporting Lisbon had a match with Manchester United, a big England club. Sporting Lisbon won the match, and Ronaldo was being talked by everyone because he moved so smooth between players and played like a pro. The Manchester United's manager, Sir Alex Ferguson, bought Ronaldo without hesitation. And from that moment, Ronaldo's career began to shine. Even in his glory days, Ronaldo had a bad news that made him feel very sad. His father died because of alcohol, and because of that, Ronaldo promised to himself that he will never ever drink an alcohol. Although he never won the world champion, the world admit him as one of the best players. Once, reporters knew about Albert Ventrao and interviewed him. "What is your job after the match where you helped Ronaldo?" Albert replied, "I didn't have a proper job after that. I didn't continue my school." But it is known that Albert lived in a fancy house and wealth. Then the reporters asked, "But how come you lived in a fancy house with sport cars?" Albert replied, "It was all given by Ronaldo. He is my best friend." Ronaldo also searched for Paula, the girl who gave him and his friends free burgers in Sporting Lisbon. He invited her to have a dinner in his house and gave her credit for her kindness. While other soccer players get their body a tattoo, Ronaldo never get one because he wants to donate his blood frequently. Because if you get your body a tattoo, you can't donate your blood anymore. Ronaldo also donated some credit to fight corona all around the world. The whole world is amazed with Ronaldo's career, but also with his generosity, kindness, and humble personality. From Ronaldo's story, we can get ourselves a very important message. We must never give up. We must work harder to catch our dream. When life knocks you down, you need to get up and be better. We also need to support our friends and never forget their kindness. That's all from me. Thank you for your attention.